What is up? What is good, YouTube? And it's your boy Cover 2K back with another YouTube video. And we're back with a Cleveland Browns rebuild. And as you know, we left off last episode at the AFC Championship game, NFC Championship game. And the Chiefs are in the Super Bowl. The 49ers are in the Super Bowl, so I made it just like real life. Whoever won, it don't even matter. But until then, we're going to get on with the offseason. We're going to get on with the Pro Bowl. We're going to look at everything, the draft, free agent signings, and next season we should be good. A new video should be dropping in a couple days. Hopefully I get everything out. But we had Wyatt Teller and Myles Garrett make the Pro Bowl for your Cleveland Browns. So that's a huge accomplishment. And as I said, we're going to sign our own staff members and to bring on to the new season. And I wanted to get that done right now because obviously if you simulate, they're going to automatically sign staff for you. So we had to get this out the way fast. And, we just, was looking for the best available and who that I like. So as I was looking through here, I'm like, who seems interesting? So I'm looking at the schemes. I'm looking at what they can do. I'm looking at their chart. Their tree. And I found two that I like. So that's going to be our offensive coordinator. We got a defensive coordinator. Then we got our head coach, AJ Alex. So we're going to advance to next week. This is right here. This is Super Bowl weekend. We have the Chiefs. And we have the 49ers. Now, one thing I want to do fun on this channel is make an old rebuild for an old Madden game. I don't know how y'all feel about that, but that's something that I do and I would find fun to do on this channel. But that has to wait until I get what I'm waiting for. My whole setup and everything, so it's gonna be soon. But as you see, the Chiefs won the Super Bowl. Hopefully they win in real life. I do not want no Brock Purdy and those San Francisco 49ers winning this title. If I'm hating, I'm hating, but it don't matter. I don't want them to win a title at all. So now, as you see, we're going to simulate past the Super Bowl. Congratulations to the Chiefs. I also don't like Pat Mahomes in real life, but that's a different story. Now we gonna accept Greg Newsome player option. And as I said, there's literally no one in here that I would want to bring back. But we have little to no cap space, literally. So I was like, all right, man, we're just gonna restructure contracts. We're gonna see what these players are making and restructure contracts. So we're trying to look for it actually right now. And as you see, we go to team salaries, and a lot of people is making a lot of money. And first and foremost, Myles Garrett, his contract is automatically going to be restructured. We had a lot of players here that could be restructured, but the thing about this is we were going to have no cap space, so it was like going to be, I wouldn't say pointless, but I don't know, just to get us a few free agents that we need, just to get us some missing pieces and whatnot. So it wasn't irrelevant to do this or anything like that. It wasn't pointless, but we needed to do it just to sign just what we need, some filler players. And as I'm going through this, I'm like, dang, man, the Cleveland Browns are over capped by a lot. Like, who's on this team making that much money? I remember they paid Deshaun Watson a lot of money. Deshaun Watson, a lot of money. I was like, I forgot all about that. So we're going ahead. We restructured his contract. So I think Deshaun Watson contract restructuring is what we needed. And as I look at the mock draft, you can clearly see where all these guys are going. Caleb Williams is going to the Falcons, which wouldn't surprise me at all. I don't know if he's going to drop that far, but hopefully the Bears don't draft him. If the Bears draft him, I'll be pissed because I want them to stick with Justin Fields. That's who I want to be the quarterback for of the future. And I like the Chicago Bears. I like the Dallas Cowboys. So hopefully, um, Justin Fields doesn't go. Hopefully he doesn't go. Um, anyways, Micah Hyde is up here. I'm like, man, why don't we just offer him a contract? Try to see what's up with him. I don't think we had a good free safety, but he will offer some, solid play in that backfield, in that secondary. Then I was like, Connor Williams, he's up here. We have no center. Let's just sign him to protect Nick Chubb for next season. And that's what I'm. That's what I'm excited. I'm excited about Nick Chubb. We're gonna have Nick Chubb back next season. Definitely excited about that. I'm looking at Bobby Wagner. We have no middle linebacker. I'm like, okay, Bobby Wagner is a guy that I want over here. So Bobby Wagner does get a contract offer. And as I'm looking down the list, I'm like, Noah Brown, should we bring him over here? We have Amari Cooper back here. And then I was like, Noah Brown would complete this receiving core, not complete automatically, but he'll be back here for the time being. And as you know, Amari Cooper, I think, is possibly a free agent next year. That's what I'm thinking. So I think next season will be his contract year. So I would see what we're going to do. I would see what we're going to do with him. At the moment, I don't know what we're going to do with him. So that's why I'm just like stuck. Like, I don't know what we're going to do. But as you see, we signed Bobby Wagner and whatnot. And as I'm going down the list, I'm going to show you what the league signed. And the Rams were in this free agency trying to build a super team. They were here trying to build a super team. I'm like, okay, the Rams want to compete. The Texans were as well. The Texans were signing some solid players as well. Solid depth players after making the playoffs and after eliminating your Cleveland Browns. So I'm like, man, we ain't even worried about them. We just want our revenge We just want our revenge next season. Fully healthy team. We want our revenge. So I'm going ahead to see who's also getting signed and who are we going to sign again. And did anybody accept? Anybody new accept? Did anybody new sign to a new team? And as you see, our free agents right there. It's not that hard. Bobby Wagner and Connor Williams. Marcus Maine is a Bronco. We got Micah Hyde as well. So we're trying to buff up the defense even more. And as y'all know, the Browns defense was terrible on the road. But at home, their defense was elite. On the road, their defense was terrible. And I learned that from watching that Texans playoff game. I'm like, man, the Browns defense is horrible on the road. So I wouldn't be surprised if the Texans just blow them out. And blow them out they did. Joe Flacco didn't have a good game like I was hoping he did. I was hoping the Browns won. They didn't. So we're here with this franchise rebuild. So as you know, we're going to go with the first 10 picks, I think. And then we're going to assimilate. So as you see, Marvin Harris Jr. goes first. And hopefully that happens in real life. Drake May goes second, which is unrealistic. I'm like, bro, why did they take Drake May? I was mad at this because I thought Madden fixed that logic. I'm like, the Cardinals have Kyler Murray. Why would they take Drake May? And the Patriots take Joe Alton. I think that's his name. I think that's how you pronounce his name. I don't know. And the Redskins take Brock Bowers. Commanders take Newton. I mean, the Tennessee Titans take Newton. Uh, the Giants are on the clock. Giants take Verse. And the Jets take Jane Daniels. They have Aaron Rodgers, but Aaron Rodgers is um going to retire in like 2 years, so I guess that was a reasonable pick. I don't know. And as you see, Caleb Williams goes to the Atlanta Falcons, which I don't think he's going to drop that low. If he does, I'll be surprised. And the Bears take someone that I don't even know. I only know the main players that they talk about. I really don't watch college football like that or basketball. So Wiggins goes to Oakland, and Cooper DJ. Yeah, that's a name I know. Kitchens goes to Indianapolis. Saints make they pick, and Bo Nix. And then, as you see, we're on the clock. Now I'm like, what are we going to pick? What am I going to go with? I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what's going to be the pick. I'm trying to figure out what's going to be the selection. So I'm looking. Then I'm like, look at our team needs. I'm looking at the team needs, and I'm like, what do we need for this team? What do we need for this team, y'all? So I'm looking at the list, and I'm like, is there any names that I noticed? Is there any college names in here that I'm familiar with? I was familiar with a lot of them. I was familiar with not a lot of them, but some of them. And I'm like, okay, let's just look at left outside linebacker. I think that's what we need. Then that's when I'm switching. I'm like, man, D tackle will come in handy. So I'm looking down the D tackle list, and I'm thinking on who I want to take. And Trevondre Sweat is the pick, hitting Dev. And as you see his attributes down below, I'm like, man, that pick is solid. That pick is good. He's looking like a day one starter. But we're going to see about that. We're going to see how the lineup is week one to get things started. And I was looking at Rice a lot. I'm like, man, do I really want Rice? I should take him. I should take Rice. But also, as I said, we need a left outside linebacker. I hesitated on it the first time. This time I'm looking, and he looks good, but he's normal Dev, which I was shocked about, which I was surprised about, because I had a really good feeling that this man was going to be hitting Dev. But his stats and stuff aren't that bad, which is the reason why I don't know why he was normal Dev. So I'm like, okay, we still got a good player overall. So we're going to attempt our pick again. And we're going to look who to take. And Polk. I know Polk from the national championship game. I remember a lot of people were talking about it. And Polk, I know him from that championship game. I was really rooting on him. And I think that it was Washington to win. But unfortunately, they didn't win. But right here, I was looking at Brendan Rice, and I took him. And I was looking at him since our first selection, which was the second round, I think. But I did go ahead and I took Brendan Rice. And he has hit and Dev. He's going to be alongside Amari Cooper. And hopefully, he's looking to take over that role as wide receiver one when Amari Cooper leaves. And if he leaves, because I don't know if I'm going to actually re-sign Cooper or not. But we're going to see. And Polk was still up here, so I'm like, man, we can get a 2-1. And I took Jalen Polk. And guess what? Jalen Polk had hit and Dev as well. And two people I drafted back to back, they both had number 2. And I think Amari Cooper wears number 2. So, man, is going to change that. We just got to wait. And here we have another selection. So I'm looking at who's all available. Do I know anybody in this draft from this point on? And Darius Robertson, we took him, and he's a left end. Hopefully, he's a beast. We're going to see what he can do in preseason. I might record preseason off video. I might do preseason off video. I might stream it. I don't know what I'm going to do, but for the time being, we're just going to see how he's looked. But, Smith Wade, not going to attempt to pronounce his first name. But we take him as well, and he's going to get some looks in the preseason as well. He's possibly going to get some looks during the season as well. We're going to see. We have another selection, and we had a couple solid picks, couple depth picks, which was really good for us. And I don't think we had a punter, so I took Torrey Teller. And yeah, he had normal dev, which was expected from a punter. But that was the last of our picks. Now, I'm going to go to the draft recaps. And as you see, we had a solid draft. We didn't even have a bad draft. It was a solid draft. 70 overall, 74, 73, 73. We had a solid draft, and I was very happy about this draft. It wasn't like it was disappointing, and I'm just mad. But we actually drafted good for our first draft in this. And as you see, you go through this, and then you see overalls. You see the overalls of everybody in the draft class. The overalls of different players. Michael Pickson, I actually like him. I hope he gets taken by a good team. The Seahawks will be a team. The Seahawks will be a good team, but I don't know. I still like Geno Smith, but we'll see. Bo Nix trying to replace Baker Mayfield. Don't like it one bit. I'm a Baker Mayfield fan, but yeah. And as you see, I'm just looking. I'm like, did we miss out on anybody? J.J. McCarthy gets taken by the Colts, which was another thing. That was dumb. They have Anthony Richardson. I don't know why they did that. Xavier Worthy. He's worthy of a second-round pick. See what I did there. Cade Stover, Michael Hall. And I think I was going to take him. I don't know. I forgot, but I think I was going to take him. I don't know. But per usual, that was just episode 2. We're going to look to get to episode 3, and it's possibly going to be the regular season. It won't be preseason, I don't think. Normally, I usually don't do them, but it's not going to be that. We're going to have our full roster back, which is exciting. Everybody will be 100%. And this season will go according to plan. This will actually go right. Hopefully we win more than 12 games this season. Hopefully we can beat out Lamar, Joe Burrow, and all them. But if you have fun, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'm out. Peace.